Hello, HWE 1050. Welcome to Summer Human Nutrition. So this is summer semester 2022, and I am your instructor, Emmy Ingham, and I will be in the class with you for the next 10 weeks. So welcome. This little video is just more of an introduction to the content of the course and kind of how to navigate around in our section of human nutrition. So please watch this just so you kind of know where things are put and housed. If you've never taken an online class before, this will benefit you. If you have, that's okay too. Please watch it because sometimes instructors put things in different places and use different tools. So as I said, we'll just kind of go through how things are outlined for this human nutrition class this summer. And I currently am logged in as a student, so this will be your student view. So what you see in front of you is the homepage for us for this summer semester. We below here have the announcements tool, and that will showcase any announcements that I post in the class, and I do that pretty well daily, if not for 4 or 5 times a week. And so that will include additional reading, that will include checklists of things to do, that will include introductions to the week's content, perhaps a video of myself explaining something of that nature. So if there's something new on the announcements, the page, please listen, read, whatever that might be. Some of the stuff that I post as far as nutrition articles are not required, but might be of interest in that information that we're going over for that week. Okay, so up along the very top bar there, we see our class, a little waffle that would show you any other classes that you are perhaps taking or have taken in the past. Next, obviously, the envelope is where we can talk with one another via email or messaging. That's the little way to do that. So you can message directly or you can email. That is how I prefer to be emailed. So please do that there. You can also access the class list and email anyone that way as well. Message alerts, this is alerting you if, subscription alerts. If someone has responded to a post that you made in the discussion area, that will alert you that someone did that. And then this here, your update alerts, meaning something that you have due in a particular class. So that is the little bell there. Okay, so starting out with course materials, and I'll try and keep this as short and sweet so we're not on for a long time listening to me ramble, but I do want to go over a few things here, and then I'll let you explore and email me with any questions that you have. So course material, this is where you're going to find all the content for the course. You have a calendar, you have a class list of all the students there. So if you hit the class list, you can go and see everyone that's there, and then you can directly internal message them. So that's how you would get to me. Here I am, and you could email me directly there. So that's a great way to access me or anyone in the class to do a quick email. Okay, let's go to the content. Content of the class is housed in a weekly basis. So everything's pretty self-explanatory by week, and it gives you the date that we will be working through material too. So initially, we have our Getting Started tab that gives you the syllabus, a checklist for online learning policies, how to activate your student email. Most of you have probably done that by now unless you are new. And then an overview of the soft chalk lessons. So we'll be using soft chalk lessons as a supplement to our text that we are using. So that's an additional learning tool to help you navigate the material for the course. If you have questions about that, please email me, but that should answer them, and you'll have a soft chalk lesson each week. Online orientation. So that is an online tool, and you will get 5 bonus points if you complete that tool and have done it successfully. And then you email me your confirmation email or your certificate that you passed, and I will give you bonus points there. McGraw-Hill, that is where our textbooks is housed. So it's an ebook. You can get a physical text at the library, or excuse me, not the library, the bookstore if you would like to. Otherwise, you're accessing an ebook through this McGraw-Hill deep link. So clicking there, and you'll have to register. You go to My Connect section, and once you have registered, it will pair you directly with the ebook for our class. So this is our section, HWE 1050, Human Nutrition for Summer, and the ebook is housed over here. And this is our dietary analysis tool, NutriCalc, which we will be using also. So this is important. Actually, let me give you the student view here of this one also. This is what you will see on your end. I do not use the Smart Book and have not added any assignments through NutriCalc. Everything will be housed in D2L. So you will not see any assignments added here. They will all be in our course shell. Here is your ebook, and here is your link to NutriCalc Plus. Again, you will have to register yourself and sign up and make an account for you to be able to see this portion of McGraw-Hill. But you will do that coming here, and I will go back to this content, and it describes all your instruction for signing up here. Okay, 3-day diet analysis, that's our biggie assignment, and this kind of describes it here. You can access it there. It's due later in July. This is also something that you will see in the syllabus, and I will go back to that also. Week 1, we'll just go there first off, and I'll let you explore the rest as you choose. Week 1 is where we will start, obviously, in the first week of the class. We are going over chapter 1 of the text and chapter 2. Because it's a 10-week course, we are condensed, so we will move quickly. You will always have a checklist in which you can access what is due for that week and click it off as a little reminder that you've completed what is necessary. You will have all lectures and soft chalk lessons housed here. Discussions for the week, your homework that would be due, any review sheets, those are not needing to be turned in to me, they're just for you. And then your chapter quiz. Your chapter quiz, note that this is blank, and this is important. So your chapter quiz will not show up. There is a chapter quiz every week, if not 2. And in this first week, there will be chapter 1 and chapter 2. But do note that you will not see a link for that until you have taken the soft chalk lesson. So you need to take the soft chalk lessons first and pass with 80% accuracy, and then you will have access to the quiz each week. Relevant websites, note that nothing is clickable yet, just because the course does not start until May 31st, and I am doing this video earlier. But you will have access to all this, and these will all be clickable links once the course is open and running. So again, each week listed off to the side here and tells you when it begins. Okay, activities. So you'll have access to all activities, assignments, quizzes, discussions, and such within the content, but there is this alternative access to each of those as well. Again, you'll see your checklist feature. So there's a checklist for each week, like I described before in the content, but you can access it here too. So if we go to week 1, here's our checklist, our introduction quiz, our soft chalk lesson for chapter 1 quiz, soft chalk lesson for chapter 2 quiz, your introduction discussion, and then your discussion for chapter 1 and 2. So you can check those off and save them once you've done, as just a way to do that on your computer, or you can write it down too, but just an extra tool to make sure you're getting everything done. Assignments, this is where you will drop box assignments in. We have 4 sets throughout the next 10 weeks. You may choose an assignment in the set. So there's multiple assignments in each set, and you choose one and submit one for that time frame. Note that there's different chapters, so you can choose whichever chapter you find more interesting or which assignment you find more applicable. Here's our 3-day diet analysis again, and lastly, our final exam review sheet, which is actually extra credit. Due dates are off to the right here, so you can see when those are all due. Next, we will move on to discussions. And I will try and wrap this video up here shortly. So initially, we will do an introduction discussion where everyone introduces themselves. So please do that so we can all kind of create some community within the class and get to know one another each a little bit more. Discussion rubric, so how I grade the discussion, is housed here. So please look at that and make sure you're meeting all the requirements for the discussion so you can get your full 10 points each week. General discussion, if you have any questions, please post them here. I put it in the discussion so other students can answer too. Oftentimes another student knows the answer and then can post it, and maybe I'll see it too, and it's helpful if multiple eyes and multiple voices shine through there. So if you know the answer or have a question, please post something here. Nutrition related news, recipes, anything you want to share there that you find valuable, please do so, and I will as well. So again, discussions are required each week. They are posted in the week that they're due. So May 31st to June 6th is week 1, in which we will discuss chapter topics from chapter 1 and chapter 2. You will just choose one topic, and you'll note that there's multiple topics. You choose one to post to and then respond to 2 classmates. So here we have one on mindless eating, 64 ways to eat, healthy eating, or eating healthy within a tight budget, and then why we eat too much. So there's multiple topics to choose from. Just choose one and post to that. Okay. Lastly, let's look at the quiz section. So again, this is kind of unexciting, shall we say, because all we see here is the introduction quiz and the final. So there's a whole bunch of quizzes in between there, but you do not see them until you take your soft chalk lesson and pass with 80% accuracy. And you will hear me say this time and time again. So don't just think there's only an introduction quiz and a final. There's many more. There's at least 1 a week, if not 2, depending on how many chapters we're covering, and they will be posted here once you have access to them. Lastly, the progress tab, you go to grades and you can see how well you're doing or if you're missing something in the class. So note the discussion totals. There you have 10 points each week for your discussion. Again, here's your quizzes. So you don't see the quiz directly, but you see that you have 25 points per each quiz each week, sometimes multiple quizzes. But do note that your quizzes are there. So even though you don't see them yet because you haven't taken the soft chalk lesson, there is a quiz. Your homework sets are housed here. Again, you're choosing one of the options that are available to you. You get 10 points for your soft chalk lesson. 3-day diet analysis, your introduction quiz, your introduction discussion, your orientation if you choose to do so. These are all bonus. Final review sheet if you choose, and then your final exam. Okay, lastly, I'm going to go to the syllabus just as a quick overview as something that you must read and print out if you need to and hang it above your desk or your workstation, and just note the dates on here. So again, all the mechanics of my course and what we've gone over here, everything first, credits, the meeting times, we're all online, how to access me, my email. This is my Outlook email, but to get to me quickly and directly, I would use D2L, please. That is my preference. Here is our course materials and access to McGraw-Hill and the software that we're using, so please read through that. This is all front range information. Here is our graded instructional activities, which we've kind of gone through with the grade book, but